Moral rights to healthcare. Hello, my name is Sarita Colbert, and I will be guiding you through the moral rights in healthcare. There are a number of elements that could be used to determine these rights. Today I have chosen to discuss code of ethics, resource allocation, and cultural competency. So let's get started. Code of ethics. Through values, vision, and mission statements, a healthcare organization can set merging standards and goals for itself and establish its moral identity. Through, through these three cores, we can begin to set guidelines and principles to help healthcare professionals to make ethical decisions honestly and with integrity. Values are what we use to attempt to identify the moral basis in which a healthcare organization operates. When a healthcare organization has detailed and written ethical values on which the organization stands on, this push starts the vision and mission statements. Visions often include inspirational and aspirational, in which the organization's future is headed and identifies that the patient is the reason for the future success. Lastly, your mission as an organization end goal is to go beyond patient care. The language in this statement tells why and how we as a company push for patient care. These three cores tie together and bring one word forth: integrity. Resource allocation. Healthcare organizations are quite often faced with the issue of not having enough money to accomplish everything necessary to run a multi-billion-dollar business. This is a broad pick amongst winning ideas that may not be budget friendly. There are some tips that can help maximize the return on organizations' limited resources by avoiding sprinkling, use good evaluation, seek the why, and find the critical path. A capital budget should be set in place for the hospital. Healthcare managers all work together to identify the major assets. This includes renovations and medical equipment. There is a four-step process that helps with capital budgeting. Identify the assets and funding needed, estimate if it will be a useful asset, determine if there will be a decrease of value, and specify the payments to be made. The next 2 points I will be discussing kind of have the same approach, which is the triage approach. Prioritizing those in more need of care or benefits more from care than another. For procedure, there can be several patients in need of transplant, but the ethics and resource allocation discusses whether the patient is suitable and can the patient benefit from the transplant. This approach is presented by the expert panel, community census, lottery, and court order. Distributive justice is regarding the need to set limits. This need is placed in healthcare to prevent from extending effectiveness and prevent unnecessary testing and procedures. Setting these limits keep the rise of cost and demand for every treatment down. Cultural competency. There is an increased change in demographics within the United States, bringing diversity and increased culture and language barriers. Cultural competency is the ability to function effectively in the context of cultural difference. Socioeconomic plays a huge role in health disparities. Social factors contribute to an imbalance of resources and opportunities in the community and has been since the 20th century. With this comes health behaviors, access to quality health care, and community stressors such as violence and crime, especially in race, ethnic, and cultural factors. The main reason health disparities are that minority groups are more likely to come across healthcare professionals whose race, religion, ethnicity, and culture are different from their own. To fix this issue, promoting for more minority healthcare professionals increases the underserved communities. Having services that accommodates one's race and religion is essential for quality care to all. Without cultural competence, it represents neglect of moral and legal duty, and every person in the United States has a right to a proper health care. As I conclude this segment, there are many more elements that provide us with moral rights to health care. As citizens, we have laws to protect us against healthcare disparities. Code of ethics, resource allocation, and cultural competence are just a few to start within medical laws and ethics. I hope that I have provided you with enough information to better understand. Feel free to ask any questions, and thank you again for your time.